gotta make it out to Vegas, where the lights shine bright. Vegas, in the clear desert night. Vegas, where they can make you a star. Vegas, at the NFR.
NFR Extra is a podcast dedicated to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo and features icons and personalities that embody the Western lifestyle.
He's one of them horses where he don't just give you a chance to win something, he gives you a chance to win first.
Really?
I've been lucky my whole career. I've always rodeoed with guys that I enjoyed being around, and guys that want to win, that have the same mentality. I mean, everybody's in your corner. I mean, it doesn't matter. You go make a bad run, well, your buddy's up, and it's time to get your mind right to make sure they're going to do good, because it's a lot funner if somebody does good than nobody doing good. So.
This is Brylan Bentley, and you're listening to NFR Extra.
So, Dalton, you've kind of sprung onto the scene, so we want to hear a little bit more about you and your family.
Okay. What would you like to know?
Did you high school rodeo growing up? Yeah.
Yeah. High school rodeoed. Started bulldogging when I was probably 15, 16, and only event I worked. Went to college, but just didn't do anything but on bulldogs. So I just worked and bulldogged, and kind of fell out of college about my second year or third year, and was broke. So worked, and then amateur rodeoed and circuit rodeoed for about 5 years. Just kind of really getting everything figured out. And, then started rodeoing full time in 2019, and went to probably 50, 60 rodeos that year. I still worked, and then pretty much after that it was just bulldogging, and worked in the fall and the spring. But
what kind of work are you talking about?
I ranched and broke some horses out of college, and farmed, put up hay, and then the last 5 years I carpenter when I'm home.
All right.
Been working on houses, doing finish work and framing and stuff.
Nice.
So is that a family business or something you did on your own?
Something I did on my own. I've been working for myself the last couple of years. I got a job working for David Botham, old saddle bronc rider, building houses there in Hermiston, and we built some big buildings, and then he just retired, I think, last spring. And so then I just got some jobs around home for some guys that gave me some good work, and did that when I was home and not rodeoing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So growing up with your family, what did that look like? Did you play sports before you got into rodeo?
Yeah, I did everything until I got to high school. I guess I played football my freshman year, and I wrestled from sixth grade until I was out of high school. I guess that was my main sport besides rodeo. But yeah.
Did you do any good wrestling?
Just red. Nothing. No real accolades. No.
Yeah.
How did you get into bulldogging specifically then?
My granddad, Sid Britt, he's the one who got me into it. He hazed for Trevor and Blake at the NFR for a few years, and he always had a team of horses around, and there was always guys in the summertime coming over and practicing, and he'd take horses to the rodeos for those guys and haze for them. And so, he'd have bulldogging school every year with Trevor and Blake, and sometimes Sean Greenfield, and that's kind of how I got into it.
So those are some pretty big names to have in the Northwest. Did you look up to those guys or get any help from them once you were getting started on the professional trail?
Yeah. When I guess I rodeoed with my granddad for the first few years, and then pretty much when I bought my card, my granddad was just getting sore enough. It wasn't much fun for him anymore. The haze and go rodeoing. So then I started just rodeoing with obviously other guys. And, Blake had always come over and practice. Trevor's just far enough away. He didn't come over much, but Blake had always come over and practice and help me out. And then, got to rodeo with Blake for the last couple of years, I guess. 2019 and 2020 we rodeoed together, or maybe 20 and 21, I guess.
Those are some.
So he kind of, what's that?
I was going to say that was kind of, you're talking about, kind of the start of it here, and you made some very aggressive moves up the ladder for steer wrestling in the standing side. In 18, you finished 111th, which that's better than I could do for sure. But for now where you're at, sitting number 1 in the world, I mean, you made some pretty big moves, kind of climbing up in there and, camped out in the 40s. But what was the big drive from going from, in 2022, you finished 17th in the world? What adjustments or what was the deal to go from kind of another guy going down the road to dominating number 1 standings in the world?
I have to say that it's the horse I'm riding. Tanner Milan's horse Eddie has to be is the biggest thing. Tanner let me get on him for the first time in Houston, and obviously I won it, and it's kind of the rest has just been history. I mean, he's one of them horses where he don't just give you a chance to win something; he gives you a chance to win first.
Really?
And he's pretty incredible.
Is that a horse that everybody gets along with, or is that a horse that you and him just mix?
No, Stephen Collings, he's well on his way to his first NFR riding him too.
So he's the dude.
Yeah, and JD's won a lot of money on him this year as well.
Nice.
So who's hauling with you this year?
Me and Stephen Colling and Ryan Schuckberg and Tanner Milan, but Tanner tore his pec after St. Paul, so he hasn't been with us most of summer.
Oh, there you go. Is that Eddie right there?
No, he's not here. We left him in Canada, gave him a couple days off. Tanner's going to bring him down to Ellensburg for us Thursday.
My apologies, Eddie. Enjoy your time off. So, Dalton, since you guys are a little different, and the average age of a steer wrestler to make the NFR is 27, and from the guys that we've talked to, a lot of them say it has to do with entering and getting the right horses in the right places. So for somebody that's listening to this podcast that doesn't understand that, can you expound on that a little bit?
I think steer wrestling is a tough event. It's no different than team roping, where it takes 2 guys. Like, you got to have a great hazer on the other side and 2 great horses. And then having the right guys to enter with, and help you out. Obviously when you're green, at this point in my career, I know what to expect, and I've been everywhere. So it's easier. But when you're young and first learning, like, you see a lot of those younger team ropers, get with an older veteran who knows what they're doing. And I kind of did that with Blake, rodeoing with him for a couple of years. He definitely, I learned pretty much everything I know about entering and what to, and when to be up at certain rodeos, and to make it better, because there are better runs out there. And then I've just tried to learn everything I could from him, because he knows his way around the sport better than just about anybody. But I think just it's a pretty physical event. I mean, a lot of guys mature later. I definitely did, body wise, I guess. Because strength helps in steer wrestling. There's
Sure.
no doubt about it. You look at the guys who make the NFR, even with smaller cattle. There's still. You look at Ty Erickson, Will Loomis. They're big boys.
Those are men.
They're all there. So.
Yeah,
for sure. It does help. And I never, like, when I first started rodeo and I didn't go to the gym, I just ranched and bulldogged. I never thought anything of it. And I guess the first year I went rodeoing full time, I thought I needed to do something more. That was when I really started going to the gym, I guess, in 2019, just trying to gain weight and get stronger. And I guess I've gotten stronger over the years, and the horses I've been riding are been great, and I've drawn the right steers to the right rodeos. I mean, I've always bulldogged good enough, just having the right mindset and riding the right horse and getting a chance when you need one.
Yeah. What? How much weight did you gain when you decided to start gaining weight?
I mean, I was probably around 180, I guess, and now I'm right around 200. Stay there.
Yeah.
But I'd like to be 210 ideally.
I'll show you how to do that. Just start eating.
Yeah, I eat more than anybody else I'm with.
What's your go-to snack on the road?
Oh, whatever you can get at 1 o'clock in the morning from a gas station. There's
get you them roller dogs and some jalapeno poppers.
Oh gosh.
Well, I don't eat no roller dog. I actually do the beef jerky with the cheese now and get some chips to go with it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's about the healthiest option.
Yeah.
Well,
that was like Casey Jones a while back. He was saying that, I think when he's leaned out, he's 200, and he said rodeoing was like 220, and he's like, that 20 extra pounds, man, that's a pretty big difference on getting those steers turned around. So.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even 10 pounds is big. Yeah.
But like them guys like Will Loomis, I mean, that is an absolute man child right there. And that's, I mean, who knows what he eats for breakfast, but it's substantial. But that's a big guy. And then you go those, and they're athletic too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Well, they call him Biscuit, so maybe he's the gravy. I don't know.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Look out for the gravy.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick pause, and we'll be right back. When the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo is in town in December, it's also time to celebrate the Western lifestyle with the Cowboy channel, Cowboy Christmas. Catch live shows on the Ariat Rodeo live stage, check out the Yeti Junior World Finals, get close up with the NFR contestant autograph sessions, and enjoy the entire day. And shopping, there's something for everyone. Create your memories in Vegas. The Cowboy channel, Cowboy Christmas, located on levels 1 and 2 in the South Halls of the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's all here.
All right. So
you
guys have a lot of time in the vehicle together through the summertime. So I want to know a little bit about the camaraderie, and then are there some pranks and hijinks going on to keep things fresh? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, when you're getting in a rig with somebody, you're gonna be living with them for the next period of time, and some of those relationships don't last very long. Some guys get out in a hurry, but I've been lucky my whole career. I've always rodeoed with guys that I enjoyed being around, and guys that want to win, that have the same mentality. I mean, everybody's in your corner. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go make a bad run. Well, your buddy's up, and it's time to get your mind right to make sure they're going to do good, because it's a lot funner if somebody does good than nobody doing good. So, and I mean, yeah, everybody's got like a, whatever you call it, a 10-minute rule, go back to the trailer, get mad, whatever. But time you get back in the pickup, you try to get your head on straight and get ready for the next one, because there'll be another one tomorrow.
So no pranks at all?
Oh, pranks? We don't know. We're not great at it, I guess. I mean, obviously you heckle each other as much as you possibly can, but no, we're not. I'm not very good at pranks. I don't know. I don't like getting pranked on, so I try not to.
I'm that same way. Some of them guys that just thrive off that. I'm like, don't you have other stuff to do besides this? So.
I was good at it. If I was, I'd be doing it.
Yeah.
I get mad when somebody does it to me. So.
Have you ever forgot someone at a rodeo, or just completely gone the wrong way when you guys are driving to the next one?
Oh, we've done lots of going the wrong way. No, we don't. We haven't left any men behind yet. But I know this spring when we were going to Reno, we were 7 deep driving from Wainwright to Reno, which is 19 hours.
Oh my God.
Oh,
There was
no.
like 4 guys in the trailer, or 3 guys in the trailer and 4 in the truck, and definitely had a buddy system.
Jeez Louise.
Make sure your buddy's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So how about bucket list rodeos? Houston obviously is a positive one to have on the belt, but what is the one rodeo? And let me say besides the NFL, obviously, but regular rodeo season.
Probably Pendleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pendleton and Hermiston. Hermiston's obviously my hometowner, but Pendleton I'd love to have a Pendleton buckle.
Yeah.
By the time it's said and done, I might enter it till I'm 50 if I don't have one. I don't know. I'm gonna get one though. I'm gonna get one.
I like that.
Yeah. Hopefully sooner rather than later, so I don't have to enter it when I'm old.
That's kind of a positive direction. On the basis of the string of steer wrestlers coming up, I don't think that it's going to get much easier. Yourself included in that side.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's some kids. There's a lot of young guns coming up that are, they're not at that mid-20 age yet, but like Cash Rob being one of those guys that it's like, holy cow, these guys are they're taking it pretty serious.
They're chomping.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ton of talent, and the way things are now, I mean, there's a good system for those guys to come up and be ready to win when they are 19, 20, 21. I mean, with all the O'Berry stuff, and I mean, they're traveling all over and competing all over. I mean, and like Cash has been living at Wag's house, rodeoing with him. Like, yeah, it's not going to this year. I mean, next year, odds are pretty good.
Yeah. So, just keep from picking up bad habits from living it with Wags. I mean,
yeah.
Don't eat the gumbo.
Yeah, I don't think
we've learned
that. There's squirrels, turtles, all sorts of stuff in the gumbo down there, supposedly.
Yeah, well, the way they eat, hopefully, it doesn't pick up too much of that. But.
He's got that 20 pounds. Don't worry.
Yeah, still not as bad as a roller dog. So,
yeah.
What are you most looking forward to at your first NFR?
I'm just super excited to get out there and compete. I mean, the last few years sitting on my couch watching it has just really bugged me a lot, and I was planning on being there 3 years ago, and so I got a lot of making up to do. So I guess that's kind of been the deal here. I mean, try to get greedy and win, and compete with everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun going out there.
Have you been to the Thomas and Mack before?
I haven't went since I was probably 20 years old.
Okay.
I mean, try not to be one of them guys says they're not going to go until they make it. But that's always a pretty easy excuse. I just didn't have the money. I just stayed home and work and save up so I could go rodeoing.
Yeah. Do you got a game plan going into the NFR this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to back off the barrier. It's pretty easy on the horse I'm riding to get the start. So I think I plan on starting off fast and going at them. I'm making the Canadian finals too, so I'm going to go up there and run 6 in a building a month before for 10,000 a night. So I think that's going to help.
Right.
But it's not going to be anything like when I walk into the Thompson Mac. I know that. So, no, I'm gonna try to practice every day and work out every day and be ready when they call my name.
Dalton, I'm always interested to see what guys' philosophy is on leaderboards and things like that. Are you someone that feels like you can handle that kind of information and it doesn't bother you, or you just go do your job and you look at it after you get done?
Yeah, I try not to look at it. I mean, I guess like obviously when it's a rodeo where you're competing against the perf that night, if you're last out, you know what you got to be, or you're first out, you're trying to set the pace. But no, I try not to do anything more than what I can do. I mean, rely on the fact that I'm riding the best horse there, and I can make the run, the same run as anybody else, and hopefully I got a good enough steer to do it on.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you're going to do what your steer is going to let you do, but the nice thing about having a great horse is you can catch up faster. So,
Yeah. Are you kind of mentally preparing yourself for all of the out of the arena activities, be it extracurricular or the mandatory autographs and hanging out?
No, I haven't really thought about that much, I guess. Honestly, we bought a house and we were moving into it last week. So as busy as I was last week, I can't imagine it's going to be much more than that. So, I figure with that and practicing and everything this fall, I don't really plan on getting very many days off, I guess. So I think I'm planning on just rolling into it and having it being another day. But I know it's gonna hit me when I get there.
Well, hell, coming to Vegas might actually be a slow time for you then, and you might be able to enjoy yourself a little bit.
I don't think so.
So
I don't think so, but I'm going to be ready. Yeah, I'm going to be mentally prepared, and more than anything, physically prepared. I think is the best thing, because if you feel good, you do good, and if you get out there and you're wore out and get sick, you're probably not going to win as much as you would if you stayed in it every day and we're ready to win.
Do you gamble at all?
Yeah, I do like to gamble a little bit, but
hey, Eddie,
my wife doesn't really like me gambling, and she's going to be with me, so I probably won't gamble that much.
Have you heard of Tyler Wagepack's theory on that whole deal for gambling?
No.
So you guys don't remember this? So
I remember it.
He goes and he sets $100 down on the blackjack table and just takes one chip every single day and just lets it roll until he loses. And he goes, and then there's all the bad luck's out, and then we just roll onto it and go rodeo. But he goes, you don't have any idea when you're sitting there with $800-900 on one stack. And he goes, you start getting a little bit sweaty.
Yeah, but it pays $30,000 a day. So.
Yeah.
See, just explain that to your wife, and then
right.
I don't know what This is for the good of everything, baby.
We appreciate it when you donate to Las Vegas gambling.
If it gets up to $1,600, I might just take it back.
No. Hey, you're gonna take.
Plan on being lucky that night.
There you go. All right,
That's
yeah.
right.
For $30,000, you might want to lose 16. That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, yeah. Well, Dalton, I tell you what, I'm excited to see you here in Vegas, and wish you the best of luck here for your first Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and all the best. And hopefully you'll be walking away quite victorious when it's all said and done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, I'm pretty excited. So
safe travels on the rest of the year, bud.
Okay. Thank you very much. Great talking to you.
Thanks for your time.
Want to experience more of the NFR? Then visit NFRexperience.com, and we invite you to subscribe to NFR Extra on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and wherever you're listening right now. If you like what you've heard on NFR Extra, we would love it if you gave us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe.